Hey y'all, it's Toy again. Excuse my, let me just show you. Look at that little nasty little thing there. But I gotta run out and get some more band-aids. Listen, I only have a few minutes, so I wanted to just run past y'all this new setup. The camera is gonna shake a little bit because the way it's attached to the thing, so I apologize for that. I'll try to make it as non-factor as possible. All right, I'm gonna start with the Libra, and this is like I got this out of the Chakra book, so it should be quick because it's a 7-card pull. All right, so we're going to start with Libra first for some reason. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So the first card I pull is going to be the basis of the reading. It's going to be the energy that sustains you. Like, where are you pulling your energy from? Right, and what might require growth in order to sustain your intention. So you have here destiny. And self-worth at the bottom of the deck. So I'm going to do this completely intuitively because, like I said, I don't have a lot of time. For my Libras watching this, I feel like you're coming from a place where you might be kind of pushing something, not understanding that the completion of something has been or maybe that you're worth something more, like that something was a cycle and now that cycle is done and it's time to move forward. So that might be something that you may want to look at. Like you may be like you may have an intention, but you may be trying to bring somebody along with you that cycle has already closed, or you may be trying to stay in this job and trying to start this business, and it's like, no, let this go and go ahead and start the business. Like go full forth with it towards your destiny. Your cycle with this that you're so attached to for whatever reason is done and over with. Okay, so the second card is going to be your emotional state. It's going to talk about your true feelings and what you may be attracting, or as well as what you may be attracting or repelling. Your desires. It reveals your level of emotional discipline, your ability to sit with your feelings, and what is supporting or blocking you emotionally. So let's see what that card is. Okay. So, workaholic. So, right now, you might be in a space where you're, okay, so I'm getting two different energies right now. Some of you may be working a lot in order to, like, block what else is going on. And, you know, Libras are very much in their head. So, there may be, like, a feeling of relief there because in dealing with work, you don't have to really be so much in your head. But at the same time, because you're not dealing in that and you're trying to move forward, you're not dealing with the emotional stuff, that can be a bit of stagnancy. Also, it could be that some of you may be going over and over and over what it is that you're wanting to put out into the world, like trying to refine it over and over, being really self-critical. Let's say that. Some of you may be being in a spot where you're being either really self-critical or you may be blocking your emotions altogether by just focusing on work a lot. Okay, this third card is your intellectual process. It's what's on your mind. So it's the guilt card. And I'm not surprised to see this for Libras. It could be because of what you're leaving behind too, because you guys can be like just so self-sacrificial. You can also be enablers. And so that's also something to look at as well. You may be thinking that to yourself. You may be feeling like, damn. You may be even feeling like, damn, I have to leave this person or this situation or whatever behind. Or you may be really thinking to yourself about how much you've enabled people. You may be feeling guilty for it, or you may be wanting other people to feel guilty for it, feeling like they held you back somehow. Like, because there's still this connectional pull, even from the basis, right? To holding on to things. Okay, so the fourth card is going to be is your heart in it. This shows the path through your heart. What is revealed here is pivotal. Okay, see, Libras, and it's 2 cards. I'm going to go ahead and take the 2 cards, Libras. It have to be the scales, right, to give the 2 cards. So you got discovery and insecurity here. Okay, so this is pivotal to your journey. This card shows you the way to free yourself from past emotional obligations. Hidden agreements that have held you back will show up here. You see what must be healed. So you have to discover yourself, right? Renewal. And this is your new self. Because like I said, you're coming into a new phase. It's it's coming into your destiny. It's coming into something here that's different from what you've ever gone through. And you may feel some insecurity with that. You may feel all the feelings that come with discovering something new, because you don't know, and the unknown is always a bit, holds a bit of fear with it. But if you heal these insecurities, and I think that's in discovering yourself, not allowing yourself or other people to hold you to those old karmic cycles, hold you to those old obligations, those old agreements. Those things are closed up now, right? You have renewal right there at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so the 5th card is going to be how you express yourself. This is your ability to communicate. It reveals the barriers to clear communication and any gap between what you say you want and what you really want. Okay, as well as ways to shift your inner reality to affect your external reality. So I always love this card right here. I love the story that goes with this card, because it's about someone who finally sees their power, and as a result, the very thing that they gave their power away to in hopes of gaining it sees their power as well, right? So it's about a man who consistently breaks up with a woman. He consistently breaks her heart, and she consistently begs, cries, falls into all these emotional ways about it. And so finally, one day when he says he's leaving, this time she's like, okay, like, I wish you the best. She finally decides to love herself. And in that moment, he realizes how much he loves her, and he grabs him to her and all of this. And this doesn't have to be in regards to a relationship, but in regards to, again, that that enabling, or that holding on to people that you may need to release. And so your communication may also be affected in this, because when I said before, for some of you, that you want other people to feel guilty, the way you may talk, you may put a lot of how you feel, or why you feel how you feel on other people, like the responsibility of that. So some of you may be coming out of that, because in this story, she does like stand up and be like, all right, whatever. She doesn't put the responsibility for her happiness or her stability on him. And in that moment, I guess it frees him to really love her, because he doesn't feel burdened by this responsibility of her. I don't know why I'm saying all this. I hope that is helping. Okay, so the 6th card is your inner compass. Okay, here you will see how you are using your intuition. Concealed family issues that hold you back may show up here too. This also refers to your intuitive gift, and it may reveal your purpose. So mysticism here. So I feel like some of you guys may definitely be seers with the mysticism card here. You guys may be psychics, tarot readers as well. This is your inner compass. So this here talks about the ability to have faith as well, to not always know what's coming next. I just hear faith, 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 faith a lot from this card. Faith. See, I'm thinking about somebody in particular, and that's bad as a Libra. I don't want to think about this person, but still I'm hearing like, this may have been what was missing generations for your family. Like, people being afraid to step forward into the unknown. People being afraid to, like, move out of the same town, or move from the same family business or something like that. And I feel like you break that. Like, you take it further. You do what other people were scared to, because you're not afraid to go into the unknown. right? And partially it's because of this gift of knowing, of seeing, of seer shit that you guys, some of you guys do have. That is part of your purpose as well. Okay, and the seventh card is the result, the outcome, and it depends on your ability to work through the darkness or subconscious, the dawn or what is currently happening, or the light or the highest calling of this card. So it is despondent. So again, some of you guys may definitely be holding on to things. You may be refusing to look at things. You may be blaming other people. You may be resisting looking at yourself and becoming yourself and falling more into this insecure place. You may be relying on someone else to or may have relied on someone else to determine the temperature of your happiness or your optimism, of your security or your stability. And now going into this place, this new place, right? Where this unknown, where no one has been, this place where you're kind of like breaking generational curses, so to speak, right? So if you are someone who is in the darkness of this place, and not even the darkness, like, just beginning the path of it, because it's a general, so just beginning the path of it, so to speak. Someone who's more in this space of feeling like a little depressed, down, blaming other people, feeling like if it wasn't for this one or that one, it's about finding something that, this is what I'm hearing right now. For those of you that are in that place, it's about finding a light for yourself, whether it's your children, whether it's the promise of better days, whether it's the memories of old days that were better, whatever it is, find that light, or spirit will be doing something sooner or later to kind of jolt you out of that energy, okay? Because that's necessary. And even if you are being like in this workaholic state where you're working so much so that you don't have to deal with stuff, it's going to come up. It's not going to stay dormant, right? Because it needs to, so that you can step into who you are. So if you're on the dawn, if this is currently, what's going on with you, like you have an awareness of it, so to speak. You may be in a place of finding that light. And so you might be more in the area here where I was talking about, where it's like you may be a little bit afraid, but you are taking that stand for yourself. You are seeing where you need to cut things out. You are like currently going through that process, and there may be some fear there because it is the unknown. It's kind of coming away from everything that we know and discovering this new about ourselves. Look, especially here with creation at the bottom of the deck. And it may be difficult, but persevere, because there's a miracle here. There's a miracle in being yourself. There's a miracle in coming out of that victimhood, and standing in your power and letting go of things that doesn't serve you anymore. And the light and the highest calling of this card is definitely for me about service, right? So this lady pops out of her depression because she goes to save her neighbor's children during a fire. And especially with mysticism here, if you're in the light of this, then you're understanding that everything that happened to you is for you to be in this place where you can be of service to others, where you can be of help to others, where you can be a light to others, in a place where they may be vulnerable or feel in the pits of the fire, and the burning of it all, and because you've been there, and you can teach them that there is a way that you can come up out of it. You can be the magician. You can be the empress. You can be the emperor. You can gain stability no matter what your foundation was, no matter what your childhood was like, no matter what whoever hurt you, no matter what they told you you wouldn't be and couldn't be. You can be that light to people. You see how she's looking up, and that lady has the world in her belly. You understand what I'm saying? That's heavy to carry in your belly, the world. But look at that lightness that she has about her, and look how she's looking at her like she looks both like confused, and a little bit angry, even a little bit resentful, even, but the flowers still keep growing. The royalty still keeps going, and if you're in the light, then that's what you're going through right now. And this is what's going to bring you out of it as well. Be the light, be the world, Don't worry about this one right here. because you're actually inspiring them. Don't worry about the looks on their face. Continues to be in your life. Okay, Libra, I thought this was a pretty, oh, look. And perseverance and creation and miracle, baby. Okay? And miracle. And look at this real quick. Real quick. I just want to let you see it. Okay? You got rejection. You got isolation, and you got victim. Isolate yourself from these things, rejection and victimhood. You know what I'm saying? And have gratitude. Look at this. And release. God, they're just talking. And be of service. All right, I'm going to stop. And be of service. Okay? For those of you that are going through confusion, I'm sorry. Enlightenment and growth is coming. And I'm done. Look, I really am done with completion. And just so you know that I'm not done because something bad came up, the next card is faith. You know, have faith. So, okay, Libras, I thought this was a pretty dope spread. I probably got carried away a little bit. But I freaking love this. I love you guys. And that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.